What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started today, I gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I put together a very special build for y'all. Now, I'm gonna be calling it the two-way 3-point post-scoring all-star, and this build is going to come out to a 3-and-D 2-guard. Now, what's really special about this build today is definitely going to be something within the attributes. So look, we're going to be able to reach a 100 plus when it comes down to our driving dunk, post control, mid-range shot, 3-pointer, ball handle, perimeter defense, as well as our steal. Now, on top of all that, we're going to be able to make this build at the height of 6'9", get anywhere from 83 to 89 badges as of Season 6, and then for our animations, we're going to be able to get both pro dribble moves and pro contact dunks. Now, as far as when it comes down to the takeovers, we're going to unlock sharpshooting, lockdown, shot creating, and of course, the post scoring. Now, this is definitely one of my favorite shooting guard builds, and out of all NBA players of past and present, this one is going to be reminding me of a mix of a few different players. First, definitely Vince Carter, but after that, Kobe, Michael Jordan, LeBron. I'm telling y'all, this is a really nice build to make. So look, before we get any further into today's video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. So let's go ahead and get started with the creation of this build. I'm going to go ahead and put it under the shooting guard position. Now, when it comes down to the body settings, I'm going to go with the height of 6'9". When it comes down to our weight, I'm going to go with 185. And then as for the wingspan, I decided to move this up to 7'7", which will be maxed. Now, the body shape best I like is going to be built, and this really takes up the most space on the offense and defensive end. Now, from here, we're all set to get into the breakdown of this build, and the first area that I want to hit on is going to be the physicals. So for the speed, I'm going to go ahead and put this to an 83. As for the acceleration, I'm going to go with an 81. And then moving on to the vertical, go with a minimum of a 75. Now for the stamina, I decided to go with an 88. And right there, this is what the build is going to be looking like for this end. Take into consideration the +4 from your gym rat badge or the Gatorade facility workouts. Now down the road, I'm telling y'all, you can make your own adjustments if you'd like. Let's go ahead and start with the top of the list, which will be the finishing. So go with the 62 when it comes down to the close shot. Moving on to the driving layup, I'm going to go with an 80. As for the driving dunk, I'm going to go with an 87. And then as for the standing, I'm going to leave this at a 54. And then for the post control, put this all the way up to a 92. Now right there, we get a total of 20 finishing badges, and a lot of them will be post-scoring Hall of Fame ones. So as you can see, I like Giant Slayer, Post-Spin Technician with Back Down Punisher. We also get Pro Touch with Slithery, Limitless Takeoff on Gold, Fearless Finisher, and then Posterizer. Now you definitely have more and everything needed out of the finishing area. For the shooting, put the mid-range shot up to a 76. As for the 3-point shot, I'm going to go with an 82. And then as for when it comes down to the free throw, I'm going to go with the 73. And right there, we get a total of 19 badges. Now, I like Amped and Mini Magician, Space Creator with Hall of Fame Volume Shooter, Green Machine, Agent 3, and then we also do get Limitless Range. Now, we're off to a pretty good start getting into the offensive area. When it comes down to the playmaking side, I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of a 78. As for when it comes down to the ball handle, I'm going to go with an 87. And then moving on to when it comes down to the speed with ball, I decided to go with a 75 for a total of 21 playmaking badges. Now my favorites are going to be Ankle Breaker on Hall of Fame, Hyperdrive, also quick for step on gold. Vice grip is another good one, but then for tier 3, I'm focused on killer combos and handles for days, and also unpluckable. Now when it comes down to the defensive end, this is definitely going to be able to account for its own. So go with an interior defense of a 67. As for the perimeter, I'm going to go and put this up to an 87. Now moving on to the steal, I'm going to go with an 85. And then moving on to when it comes down to the block, I decided to go ahead and leave this to a 75 as well. Now to wrap it up for the defensive rebound, go with the 73. And right there, we should max this build out at 99 for a total of 19 defensive badges. Now my favorites out of this area are going to be Hall of Fame Menace, Workhorse with Gold Challenger, Chase Down Artist, Silver Glove, and Box Out Beast. Then we also get Interceptor, and then for tier 3, we're still able to unlock Anchor as well as Rebound Chaser. Now do take into consideration the +4 that you get from buying your own boosts. The additional boosts that we get, depending on how well you play in a game. Now if you run with a teammate that has on Hall of Fame Floor General, that's going to be another +4. And then if you do decide to pick 2 separate takeovers, that's at least a +10 towards 2 separate areas. Now when it comes down to the takeovers, we get the shot creating, sharpshooting, lockdown, and the post scoring. Now to be the best and most unique, first I'm going to go ahead and say advanced post moves is definitely overpowered. Now to be a post scoring shot creator, you should definitely go ahead and consider ankle breaking shots. Now I also do like limitless range and perimeter batch drop. Both of these are good options, but I definitely think the best lineup to go with will be the 2 on the screen right here. Now let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly. And if you followed along every single step of the way, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And as y'all can see together, we have created the 2-way 3-point post scoring all-star, which comes out to a Catfish 3 and D 2 guard. Now let me know down below your thoughts and opinions. Did you create this build exactly how I brought it to y'all, or remake your own version? Now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build. So depending on which takeovers you picked, make sure you add everything up that I previously just mentioned. Now from here, let's get into the breakdown and wrap it up with the badge layout. Now for the finishing on this build, I'm going to go with Bronze Acrobat, Silver Slithery, Fearless Finisher, Core, Posterizer, Gold Limitless Takeoff, Hall of Fame Pro Touch with Back Down Punisher. Now other badges that I was looking at was going to be Drop Stepper, Post Spin Technician, and even Aerial Wizard with Giant Slayer. Now this is definitely one area that I would consider throwing extra badges towards. For the shooting, I think we have a good selection as well. I'm going to go with Bronze Agent 3, Core Limitless Range, Comeback Kid, and then also Gold Amp, Space Creator, Green Machine with Hall of Fame Volume Shooter. Now for tier 3, you can definitely consider Catch and Shoot or Blinders. For tier 2, I'm also looking at Guard Up and even Corner Specialist. But I think for tier 1, Mini Magician and even Claymore are other badges that I would take into consideration as well. Now here's going to be the jump shots that we can pick and recreate from, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what the build is going to be able to do. Now for the playmaking, I'm going to go with Bronze Killer Combos, Silver Handles for Days, Ankle Breaker, Gold Hyperdrive, Quick for Step, with Core Clamp Breaker. Now look, if you throw 1 extra badge into this build, we'll be able to get killer combos on Silver, possibly down the road unpluckable on Gold as well. But for now, I think this is the best lineup to start with. Now for the defensive end, I'm going to go with Bronze Ankle Braces, Anchor with Core, Rebound Chaser, Silver Interceptor, Glove, Box Out Beast, with Gold, Chase Down Artists. Now this is what the build is going to be looking like today, and if you want to make any adjustments to your own liking on all 4 levels, go ahead and do so to your own playstyle and preference. Now again, I just want to say thank y'all for the support. More so than anything, thank God for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from. And I'll be sure to get back to y'all with the response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.